Hi, welcome to your practice today. Today's practice is yoga for the gut with many poses centered on twisting and getting the twisting movement from the abdomen to encourage a wringing out motion and to encourage flow through the abdomen, the intestines, and to Hi, welcome to your practice today. We have a strong vinyasa practice today. If you want, you could have a block or two at the ready to help you out in some of the postures. We will be doing many twists today, some that involve a little bit of a balance challenge, so you may want to have that available to you at some point. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a seat on your mat with me, and we'll just come to center, cross the legs. Either leg can come to the front, one shin in front of the other. We'll start to close our eyes. Hands resting gently on top of the knees. They can be either palms down or palms facing up. Just taking this minute before we start the practice today to ground. Through the sit bones, feel the connection with your mat. Feel the energy rising up through the spine as it grows tall through the crown of your head. Lifting tall through the roof of your mouth. Feel the shoulders sliding down and away from the ears. We start to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. If you have your Ujjayi breath in your practice, you can start making the gentle constriction in the back of the throat as you breathe in and you breathe out. Hearing the gentle ocean wave sound as you create the constriction in the back of the throat. Notice the stomach start to rise and fall with the breath. On the next inhale, inhale the arms up to the sky. Gaze comes up towards the fingertips. Exhale, left hand to the right knee as we twist and look over to the right shoulder. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. And exhale right. Continue to do this twisting motion from right to left using your own breath on the inhales and on the exhale, making your twist and looking over the shoulder. Just twisting along the spine here. Feeling ourselves open up if it's early in the morning, maybe a little stiff yet. Let's do one more each side. Ending on the left. Return to center. From here, we'll take the legs and we'll switch the cross of the legs. The opposite shin comes to the front. Lower the right palm to the mat. Inhale the left hand up. Side body lean to the right. Opening the chest up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Side body lean over to the left. And we'll flow through that again with your own breath. Forearm can come all the way to the ground if that feels good for you today. Just keep the sit bones planted. So the opposite hip, prevent that from lifting as you move from left to right. Shining the chest upward, really encouraging that stretch along the side ribs as you lean. And just enjoying the flow here as we wake up the spine. We'll take one more, ending on the left. And return back to center. From here, let's go ahead and spin ourselves around onto the mat and roll ourselves down onto our backs. We'll take our Supine Bharakanasana. Soles of the feet are together. Allow the knees to just drop out and relax. Hands can gently rest on top of the thighs. We're not forcing the knees down towards the ground here, just relaxing and allow ourselves to open. Maybe closing the eyes. Noticing how you feel here. Do you feel tight within the hips? Take the hands, bring them to the outside of the thighs, and draw the knees together. From here, we're going to do some revolved abdomen work as we twist from the right to the left. Take the arms out to a T with the palms flat on the ground to give yourself some support. From here, draw the legs up to a tabletop, and we're just going to twist from right to left. Maintaining our stability in the core. We will most likely move a little bit on your mat. So if you travel some, that is perfectly fine. But try to keep the shoulders planted and firmly on the ground as you move the hips or the knees from left to right. So from here, drop the knees to the left. Inhale up and then drop them over to the right. Inhale up, exhale left, inhale up, exhale right. I have a couch just a little bit in my way. I'm going to shift myself over more. You go ahead and keep on doing this. We'll do about 10 rounds. Really warming up the core. Probably feeling yourself move a little bit on your mat. We'll do one more, ending on the right. And then coming back up to center. Very good. Go ahead and plant the feet back onto the mat if you feel like you've traveled a lot. I'm pretty sure I have traveled quite a bit. Time out here to fix the ponytail. Very good. Now go ahead and take the hands behind the back of the thighs and start to rock yourself back and forth on the mat. Massaging out the back of the spine. Go ahead and take a couple of rolls here. And we'll roll ourselves up and into a Malasana position. Pausing here, maybe moving back and forth a little bit. If this is your first Yogi Squat for the day, it's always a little bit, maybe you just need a little bit of a warm up before you come fully into our Yogi Squat. Hips generally need a little coaxing to open up and to relax down. If you can, bring it into stillness. Elbows inside of the knees. Back is nice and long. Inhale here. On the exhale, push down through the feet. Lift up through the arms. And mountain pose. We'll go through a couple of sun salutation A's. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, folding it down. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, plant the hands, maybe step or jump it back. Lowering down through a vinyasa of your choice, either eagle or upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing back to our downward facing dog. First one of the sequence today, so we will pause for a short moment, maybe walking it out with the left and the right, pushing into all 10 fingers, spreading them out wide, opening up the webbing in the fingers. Maybe start to push the heels a little bit further back onto the mat. If you can touch the mat with your heels, that's fine. If not, that is completely normal. One more inhale here. And on the exhale, either step, jump, or float it up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to our mountain pose. One more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway's lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step or jump it back, lowering down through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, step, jump, or float it to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your mountain. One more time. I guess we'll do 3. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale up, using your breath. Step it back, lowering down, up through your upward facing dog or cobra, and pushing back into your downward facing dog. From here, inhale the right leg up into the sky. Exhale, bring it to the front. Inhale, you're in your Matsyandrasana or your high lunge pose. Pausing here to catch our breath. Inhale, and on the exhale, we'll twist it to the right. Left hand comes out in front, right hand comes behind you. Inhale up to center. Doing that 2 more times. Exhale to the right. Inhale up towards center. Back leg stays strong and active. One more time, twisting it out. Inhale up to center. Exhale, lowering the hands down to the mat. Stepping the leg back, vinyasa. Inhale. And exhale to our downward facing dog. This time, inhale the left leg up. Draw it through and in between the hands. Inhale to your high lunge. Pausing here. Arms are alongside the ears. The tailbone is slightly tucked, but the back leg is long, the heel lifted. One more inhale and then exhale to the left. Inhaling up. Exhale, rotate it out. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, left hand comes back. Right arm is in front. Inhale the arms back alongside the ears. Exhale, painting a wall, letting the hands step or set down onto the mat and step that left foot back as we vinyasa. Come through our upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step, jump, or float to the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight back bend in your mountain. Exhale, come upright. Surya Namaskar V. Inhale. Set the bum back as we come into our chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands, step or jump the feet back. You can lower down onto the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, push back into your down dog. Inhale, the right foot comes up. Exhale, bring it through between the hands. And your inhale into your warrior one. Exhale, push back and lower down through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale into your downward dog. Inhale the left foot up. Draw that in between the hands. Turn the right toes out. And you're in your warrior one on the left side. And we move through our down dog, our vinyasa once more. Inhaling up. Exhale, pushing it back to the downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, slight back bend in your mountain. Inhale, upright. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, vinyasa. Pushing into your downward dog. Inhale the right foot up. Draw in between the hands as you turn the left toes out slightly for your warrior one. Lowering the hands. Pushing back, lowering down into the vinyasa. Inhaling up and pushing back. Now the left foot to the sky. Draw it in between the hands. Turning the right toes out. Inhaling up to your warrior on the left side. Allow the hands to come to the mat. Step the left foot back, lowering down through a vinyasa. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pausing here for a moment. Catch your breath. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Exhale. Step or jump to the top of your mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up into our chair pose. Pausing here. Okay, we're going to take a twist in our chair. Draw the hands to our heart center. From here, we'll twist to the right, maybe hooking that left elbow outside of the right knee. Opening up the arms. From here, we'll take a revolved lunge. Now, this is kind of a balance challenge, so push the weight into the right foot. Maybe take a little step back at first with the left foot, and then open up to the right. On the next inhale, stay low, draw that left foot back in. Bring the hands back to prayer. You're in your revolved chair pose. Exhale, come back to center, staying low in your chair. We'll do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, exhale over to the left. Hooking that right elbow outside of the left knee. Maybe opening up the arms. Maybe taking that revolved lunge on the left side. If that's too hard to maintain your balance, you can make it an easy twist. The right hand on the outside of the left foot, opening up to the left. From here, we'll step that right foot back up, staying low, and come back into our revolved chair. Inhale back to center. Same thing on the right once more. Twisting it out. Opening up the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe take that left foot back in your revolved low lunge. Staying low. I know the thighs are starting to really burn here. Twisting over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting it out over to the left. Opening up the arms. Maybe if you want to take that easy twist, go ahead and bring the right hand to the inside instead of the outside of the foot. Staying low, draw the right foot back up. Come back into your revolved chair pose. Inhale back to center. And then push all the way up. Exhale. Maybe making this a nice juicy back bend. And release as we bring our hands down into Tadasana. Maybe walk it out. Catch your breath. And we'll move on to the next portion of our sequence. From here, step the left foot back. Spin the toes in to face inward just slightly as we're facing the left side of the mat. Hands come to the hips and we'll lower just halfway down. A nice forward bend in our wide-legged Prasarita Padottanasana. Just opening up through the back side of the legs. Pausing here, lengthening from the crown to the tail. If you'd like, you could go lower. Pause where you feel a nice stretch on the back of the legs throughout the hamstrings. You'll really start to feel it here. On the next inhale, come back upright. We'll spin the right toes to face the top edge of the mat and maybe turn the left toes in just a little bit, about a 45-degree angle. Exhale as you deepen into your warrior two pose on the right side. We'll pause here. From here, lower the right forearm onto the right thigh into our extended side angle pose. Again, pause, just opening up the left side body, feeling the expansion through the left side ribs. We'll come up once more into our warrior two. Straighten that right front leg and start to kick the left hip out as we reach forward and down with our right hand coming into our triangle pose on the right side. Pause and hold. This is where a block can come in helpful to maybe bring the earth a little bit higher. From here, slightly bend into that right front leg and press firmly into the foot. We're going to push ourselves forward, maybe taking a little hop, and come into our Ardha Chandrasana on the right side. Stacking the left hip on top of the right. Gazing down at the fingertips, opening up through the chest. From here, just a slight bend in that front knee as we allow the back foot to land. We'll come back into our triangle pose on the right side. Inhale here, exhale. Allow the left hand to come to the mat, to the inside of the right foot. One inhale here, and then on your exhale, open up to the right, revolved Trikonasana on the right side, gazing up towards the right fingertips, staying active through that back left leg. Inhale the right hand down to the mat on the outside of the right leg, and we'll go ahead and step that right foot back and do our vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, the left foot up, and we'll draw it through to the front of the mat. From here, we're going to spin ourselves around to the right side of the mat for our prasarita on the right side. Same thing as before, taking the hands to the hips and then lowering down. Halfways or wherever you really start to feel that lengthening within your hamstrings. So it's a stretch and not a pull. On the next inhale, rise up. Start to turn the left toes out to point at the top edge of the mat. Adjust the back foot. Exhale into your warrior two on the left side. Pausing here. Staying low in the hips. That right hip is open. Your left knee is tracking over the left ankle. From here, lower the left forearm onto the left thigh for our extended side angle pose. Opening up through the right side ribs. We'll flow through those just for a moment. Warrior two to our side angle. Let's take one more inhale to our warrior two. And then returning to our side angle pose. And back to our warrior two. From warrior two, straighten that left front leg. If you need to, you can also step the right foot back in slightly. Exhale, lowering down to the left into our Trikonasana pose on the left side. Gaze may come up to the right fingertips. If that's too hard on your neck, go ahead and keep your neck neutral. And look right in front of you. From your triangle on the left side, we're going to bend slightly into that left front foot or front knee and push the weight into the front foot. Maybe step the back foot in slightly and push off into our half moon on the left side. I can feel that sun is really starting to kick in here. Getting very bright in here today. Very good. Start to bend that left front knee. Allow the back foot to lower down. Straightening out the left front leg. Returning to our Trikonasana pose. Inhale here on the exhale. Lowering the right hand down. Inhale. Exhale, turning towards the left, revolve triangle on the left side. Inhale the left hand to the mat and go ahead and bend that left knee, step the foot back as we lower down into our vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to our downward facing dog. Go ahead and step or jump to the top of your mats. Exhale over the legs. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Very good. Inhale the arms up, lowering back into our chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway's left. Exhale, allow the hands to press into the mat as you lower, either on the knees or keeping the knees lifted, coming through your cobra or upward facing dog to your downward dog. We'll lift that right leg up to the sky once more, draw it through, turning the left toes out, coming to our warrior one on the right, and then lowering the hands to the earth. Taking our vinyasa, bending the elbows, looking up, Pushing back again to our downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up to the sky, drawing it in between the hands, turning the right toes out. Inhale to our warrior one on the left. Exhale, place the hands down, step the foot back, chaturanga lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and back to our downward dog. Stepping up to the top of the mat. Inhale up, exhale, lower down. Inhale to our chair pose, and we'll pause here. All right, the legs are getting tired. From here, I'm going to shift myself a little bit to the side on my mat, just since I have the couch in the way, and we'll stay in our chair pose. Draw the hands to heart center. Revolved chair, again hooking that left or elbow outside the right knee. Now you can stay here. If you feel like you're ready for it, we'll take an arm balance. Go ahead and take side crow, planting the hands onto the mat, maybe lifting the feet, one or both feet, lowering the feet down, coming back into our chair pose in center. Very good. Again, making room on my mat for myself. Adjust as you need. Inhale here. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Gazing up to the sky. If you would like to stay here, that's wonderful. If you want to take an arm balance, lower the hands out to your left side, spreading open the fingers, finding one or 2 points of connection as you lower onto the elbows, maybe extending the legs, and then coming back into our chair pose, back into center. Very good. From here, we'll rise up and lift into our mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very, very good. Taking a moment here just to pause and collect our breath. This is a very active sequence. Go and step your feet out, maybe just a little bit wider than hip width apart, and we'll start to lower the hips down, maybe taking the hands out in front of you, slowly lowering through our Yogi Squat, very slowly. See if you can match my pace until we finally touch the earth. Very good. And from here, we'll go ahead and swing the feet underneath us so that we're sitting on our heels. The left hand's going to come to the outside of the right knee, and the right hand will wrap behind you, maybe grabbing the outside of the left hip as we twist and open up towards the right. Gaze to the back. Inhale, release it out, and exhale. We'll do the same thing on the left side. I'll do that a couple more times, going from left to right. You can take your own pace. Maybe you want to go a little bit faster. Keeping the spine nice and warm. We'll take one more time on the left side. and return back to center. From here, we'll take a reclined deer pose. Go ahead and shift the feet out so that the hips come over to the right. The left shin will stay parallel with the top edge of the mat, and the right shin will be parallel with your right edge of the mat. And from here, we'll go ahead and twist our torso to face the back edge. You can come down onto your forearms, maybe use a pillow. Maybe lie all the way down onto your hands, onto the backs of your hands. I said there would be twists today, and there were a lot of them. Feeling this through the outside of the thigh, the outer hip flexor, all the way up into the thoracic part of the back. Go ahead and push yourself up onto your hands. Spin your torso around. We'll shift the hips slightly and change the position of the legs. So now the right shin is facing the top edge of the mat, left shin against the left side of the mat. And we'll spin around, taking the torso to the opposite side. Pushing into your hands, coming all the way back around. Go ahead and extend the legs out long in front of you. Sitting up tall in your Dandasana or staff pose. Inhale the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, we'll fold forward for our Paschimottanasana, or our seated forward bend. Feel the back stay long here. You can use a strap to help hold on to something. You can also take the bottoms of your feet if that's available to you. Just relaxing it down. Every inhale drawing in energy, and every exhale we release. Feeling the breath travel through the backside of the body. On the next inhale, go ahead and roll up. We'll go ahead and turn ourselves around to face the side of the mat. Draw the right heel in to touch the inside of the left thigh. We'll take a revolved head to knee pose. The left hand can come to the inside of the left shin. Inhale the right arm up and over as we stretch. Open the side body over towards the left. Now, the action you're taking is reaching in the direction of the foot. We don't need to take a hold of the foot. We're just reaching in that direction. Opening up through the right side body. Spinning the torso so that it faces the sky as much as possible. Keeping the right hip planted so that we're not just falling over to the left side. On the next inhale, rise up, and we'll switch the legs. Drawing the left foot in, the right leg extends out, and the left foot touches the inside of the right thigh. Planting your sit bones down, allow the right arm to come to the inside of the right leg. Inhale the left arm up and over. Spinning that chest towards the sky. Staying open as much as possible so we're not rounding and folding over like this. We're open. Inhale it up, and from here we'll take our butterfly pose or Bharakanasana. Draw the soles of the feet together. Maybe take the hands and wrap them underneath the toes, interlacing the fingers, and fold forward. On an inhale, rise up. Use the hands to draw the legs in. We'll turn ourselves around and start to lower ourselves onto our backs. From here, taking a bridge pose. Hands along sides, and maybe bringing the fingertips to just barely graze the heels. Start to lift the hips up to the sky. Keeping a slight tuck in the chin. But notice I can still talk here. I'm not closing off my throat in any way. Drawing the shoulder blades down along the back. On the next exhale, start to lower the spine, vertebra by vertebra, back onto the mat. From here, we'll take plow pose. If you'd like to come into your plow pose, if not, go ahead and take another bridge pose. For your plow, start to bend the knees, push into the mat with your hands, and draw the feet back behind the head. You can take a clasp in the hands, straightening out the legs, maintaining that nice cup underneath the chin, nice relaxed front of the throat, relaxed through the face and the jaw. One more inhale here. On the exhale, if your hands were clasped, go ahead and release them. And then start to slowly lower, maybe bending the knees slightly, using the hands to support you so that your back can rest gently onto the mat as you come into a controlled movement to allow yourself back and into a Shavasana pose. Now, we're not taking Shavasana quite yet. We're going to take our fish pose, or Matsyandrasana. Extend the legs out long. The hands will come just underneath the tailbone, securing them both down. From here, keeping the legs out long, we'll go ahead and take our small back bend. The crown of the head resting on the top of the mat. adjusting as needed. If this is too much for you, you can feel free to start in your Shavasana pose. On the next inhale, lift the head up. Allow the head to rest gently onto the mat. You can lift the hips, allow the hands to release, and then open up to your sides. We've made it. We're in our Shavasana. Feet are turning out and just relaxing off to the side, closing the eyes. As we take our resting pose. Breath returns back to normal here as we start to sink into the mat. We did a lot of movement along the spine today. Side body leans, twists right and left. You should feel nice and warm throughout the middle. Your back has opened slightly, or maybe it opened quite a bit. We're all different. Feel the warmth in the legs created from our chair pose. As you feel the thighs and the hamstrings start to relax. Finding our stillness here. Embracing the coolness of the breath as it washes over us. Please take as long as you need in your Shavasana pose. Come out whenever you're ready. When you are ready, you can start to move and wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe start to clasp and clench the fingers to wake up the body. Stretch the arms out overhead. And from here, I'll roll onto my left side so that I can come to a seat facing you. And we'll come to our Sukhasana, or easy pose. Draw the hands into heart center. Slightly bow the chin. Go ahead and open the eyes if they were closed. And we're back. That was a wonderful practice. I'm so glad that you made the time to take that with me today. I'm guessing there may have been a challenge or two for you, but if not, if you were a pro, that's amazing. But always take any changes or, I guess, modifications if you need them. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Any requests for any kind of sequences, I will be open to definitely taking any requests. I love that. So go ahead and hit that like button if you like this sequence and hit subscribe. Have a great day. And if you are celebrating Thanksgiving this week, have a wonderful holiday. Hopefully you can use this sequence to maybe have the guts feel a little bit better after you have that wonderful Thanksgiving meal with your friends and family. Take care. Make it a great one. Bye.